Hi folks, and welcome. I'm in Sanderstead and I'm going to talk about a mystery to me, but it also might be a mystery to you, certainly once I've shared it. Now, in terms of why I've chosen this particular area, it links back to my Sanderstead walk and talk video. Play clip. So that's the sort of boundary that I'm going to go to on this walk. Further on there is mainly residential part of Sanderstead as it leads to Hamsey Green. Subject of another video one day, I'm sure. So I'm now carrying on from Atwood School and I'm heading up towards the sort of boundary between Sanderstead and Hamsey Green, which in itself is probably quite loose, unless someone can tell me otherwise. From general research in the area, I discovered something that I thought, well, that's a bit odd. I've known the area for years, never bothered to notice this particular item. So we're going to be there fairly soon. Now, if you're a person who listens to podcasts, then you may be interested to learn that I have a podcast. It's called the Phil Swallow Podcast, and it's available on all main platforms, on Apple and Spotify and others. I talk about the things that I find when making these videos, and there's an element of behind the scenes, element of discovery. So yeah, feel free to subscribe and have a listen. Join me on the journey. So, I've arrived at the subject for today's video. And you might be thinking, well, what's that? And in many ways, that is the question. Straight ahead there is 148 Limpsfield Road. And on the other side, we've got 152 Limpsfield Road. And we're at the Hillsmead Way bus stop. And opposite is that. It's a gap. That is effectively 150 Limpsfield Road. And I have absolutely no idea why there is a gap there. I've looked on maps and the gap goes back as long as the maps do. I've gone on to the Ordnance Survey site and they've got no reference of the area. In fact, the land behind it, which is kind of open land with some woods and things, it doesn't really show who the owner of that is, but hopefully answers in the comments. That's going to be quite a theme, I think, today. I did a land registry search, putting in both 150 Limpsfield Road, South Croydon, and 150 Limpsfield Road, Sanderstead, and in both cases, no results came up. So why is there a gap? Interestingly, there's a drop curb. So the drop curb goes down all the way across, then up the other side. On the other side of that land, you can actually get to it to a degree. There's a footpath that goes up alongside Atwood School, and you can follow it round to the left, past the school, into where the woods and open land come out. But it's as thick with trees and growth as you can see straight ahead now. I've also looked on mapping sites, and again it just shows this whole kind of thick wooded area with this sort of exact clear-cut gap where 150 Limpsfield Road perhaps should be. Now, there may have never been a property there, and there may be good reason for that. Some people I've spoken to locally said it could be that there's sort of, pipe work under there, maybe delicate pipe work such that you can't build on it. I don't know. I've not seen that. Some people said it could have been originally that it was, say, fire service access to get onto the land behind there. But there's, there are other access routes to that land. You can go up Tythe Pitchell Lane, for example, and I'm sure that's all well known. It just suggests to me that this growth has been like that for some considerable time, possibly forever. And it's a mystery. I'm not going to do the song. So it's really about whether you can help me. You know, do we have any idea out there in YouTube land as to why there is a gap where 150 Limpsfield Road should be? Of course, there is a risk that someone's going to come straight away and say, oh yes, it's for this reason, give me evidence, and that kind of shuts the video down immediately. But have a look, will you? Have a dig around and just see if you can help me. That's really the video today. It's a fairly short asking a question. But what I've done is made sure that the videos on my site are organised into playlists, so that if you want to just focus on one subject area, you can. So hopefully that'll help you with navigating and hopefully spending some time on the site. And as always, I'd really value a subscription. It's free to subscribe, and if you hit the little bell, you get notified of when new videos are uploaded. A little trip to the Sanderstead Hamsey Green border. A slight mystery, possibly just for me, but it might be one of these things that now you know it's there, you might also scratch your heads. But I'd love to know. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me once again, and I'll see you in the next one.